Hi there. So I've been feeling for the last couple of days to start doing videos again. I feel like our connection with our twin within is almost like a weaving in and out. Like, so you kind of come together and then you have to like take some time away from yourself again and then like come back together and you can be in alignment again and then you move out again until you are able to hold that full state of embodiment. So that's, I guess, what's been happening over the past few months when I've not been doing videos. It's just felt like I had to step back into myself again. I wanted to talk about codependency and twin flames today, and it's actually really common to have some form of codependent issue with your relationship to yourself. And that then manifests in your relationship out there with your twin. I want you to think of your masculine and feminine within, your yin and yang, like the actual yin and yang symbol, okay? And then split it in half, so like down the line in between, separate the two. And imagine that both of those parts are magnets, because that's essentially what you and your twin within, or you and the other person, are to each other. You're essentially a magnet to each other, but you can attract from that like magnetic state if you're all tangled up in each other's energy. Now, I've probably spoken about this before, but I feel like on this journey you go through experiences, maybe talk about things or learn things, and then you think you get it, and then you find yourself circling back round again and having this deeper awareness of what you were talking about before. So yes, imagine they're both magnets, and if both magnets have all these strings and wires and confused energy or confused energetic frequency in between the two, they're not going to be able to work as separate magnets to pull to each other. Yeah, like, so also imagine, like, I was very graspy at my twin for a while, like very attached, like just wanted to control the relationship, wanted to grab onto it, because it comes from, I realised it actually doesn't come from a need for them. It comes from a place of a desperate craving to be whole within yourself. And that manifests as a grasping onto them until you have that state of wholeness within. So, I mean, my twin did try and explain this to me, and I totally resisted it for a while. It's like, no, like, I don't have that void within, I don't want you to complete that void within. And on a soul level, I don't, because my soul knows that I'm already whole and complete, and I don't actually want anything outside of myself to complete me. However, at the same time, I was in total resistance, and still am to an extent, but not to the same extent, in total resistance to actually allowing that wholeness to happen within myself, you know? So it was almost like your energetic internal relationship with yourself is basically reflected to you in your relationship with them as a physical entity outside of you. So it was almost like, if you still think of those magnets, it's almost like one magnet was here and then I was like facing the other way, but with my arms stretched back trying to grasp at that magnet, rather than turning my magnet round to attract together with myself, to have that yin yang pull, magnetic pull internally, and then like that would automatically, or will automatically, create that magnetic pull on the outside. But where I believe a lot of twin flames go wrong, or just people try on their journey back to themselves go wrong, is that they're trying to have something on the outside that they don't have on the inside. So, but it's a completely different type of relationship to anything that we've had before, or the way we've tried to do relationships before. You basically have to create that unified state within and come back to your own divinity, your own divine unity within, to then be able to have that on the outside. But a lot of us are grasping onto the relationship, trying to get that, thinking that's going to actually solve our state of discomfort within on some level, but it's actually not. It's actually having that like comfort within, and sometimes you have to go through the fire to get back to that place, which is what I've experienced. But it's once you, I find that the external physical twin is a catalyst for your unification process within yourself. That's not to say that you won't end up having a relationship with them, or you're not supposed to have a relationship with them. That really depends on what your soul contract is and what you've agreed in this lifetime. But they are essentially there to catalyse that process back to you coming back into wholeness and back to that state of feeling at home within, so that you don't actually need it and you don't need to grasp onto it on the outside. And that's when you actually receive the relationship, whether it's with the physical twin that really activated you, or whether it's a different physical manifestation of them. That's when you'll actually receive that, when you have that internally. So yeah, so any form of codependency that you have between your masculine and feminine needs to be dissolved, or the energetic cords need to be dissolved in order to have that pull in and allow you to come into that state of like balance within. So yeah, that's just some of my thoughts for today. I'll probably start doing videos more regularly again. I feel like I've got some more wisdom coming through and feeling in a state of reasonable calm within at the moment, and more whole within myself than I have for a while. Yeah, I mean, still on the journey, but yeah, that's all for now. Hope you're all having a great day, and yeah, speak to you soon.